I'm Dr. Binu. In Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Fundamental Subject, clustering is the topic which comes under the fifth unit. What is meant by clustering? It is an unsupervised learning technique used to group a set of objects in such a way that the objects in the same group are more similar to each other than to those in other groups. What is the definition of clustering? It is a technique in data analysis and machine learning where objects are grouped into clusters in such a way that objects with the same cluster are more similar to each other. Objects in different clusters are more dissimilar from each other. It is an unsupervised method, meaning it does not rely on predefined labels or categories. Instead, it discovers natural groupings in the data. What is the example of clustering? In customer segmentation, clustering can group customers with similar buying habits even if no prior categories exist. Types of clustering. It is classified into partitioning clustering. It divides data into k non-overlapping clusters. Each point belongs to exactly one cluster. Example, k means k medoids. Applications are customer segmentation and image compression. Second category, hierarchical clustering, builds clusters in tree structure, that is dendrogram. Then agglomerative, that is bottom up parity, start with single points, normally used to merge clusters. A divisive, that is top down approach, starts with all points, split into smaller clusters. Example, agglomerative hierarchical clustering, that is AHC. Applications, gene sequence analysis and taxonomy. Third category of clustering is density-based clustering. It forms the clusters where data points are densely packed. It can discover clusters of arbitrary shape. It detects noise outliers. Example algorithms are DBSCAN, then optics, normally used in spatial data and anomaly detection. Fourth category is grid-based clustering. Divide the data space into a grid of finite cells. Clustering is done on the grid structure, not individual points. Example, STING, CILQUE. Applications, large databases, spatial data mining. Fifth category is model-based clustering. Assumes data is generated by a statistical model. Use probability distribution to assign points to cluster. Examples, expectation maximization, Gaussian mixture models, uses are pattern recognition and image processing. Each and every types of clustering, their key ideas as well as example is given in this table format. Then what is meant by hierarchical clustering? Hierarchical clustering is an unsupervised learning technique used to group similar data points into clusters by building a hierarchy, nothing but tree-like structure. Unlike flat clustering like k-means, hierarchical clustering does not require specifying the number of clusters in advance. This algorithm builds clusters step by step, either by progressively merging smaller clusters or by splitting a large cluster into smaller ones. The process is often visualized using a dendrogram, which helps to understand data similarity. What is meant by hierarchical clustering? Hierarchical clustering is an unsupervised machine learning algorithm that groups data into a tree of nested clusters. Here, other fruits is clustered with various levels. What is dendrogram? Dendrogram is a tree that shows how clusters are merged step by step. We cut the dendrogram at a certain height to form final clusters, which is represented in a diagrammatical representation. Types of hierarchical clustering: agglomerative, divisive. Hierarchical clustering types of algorithm: bottom up approach, that is agglomerative, Start with each data point as its own cluster. At each step, merge the two closest clusters. Continue until all the points belong to a single cluster. Produces a tree diagram, which is nothing but a dendrogram. A linkage criteria decides closeness between the clusters. The types of linkages are single linkage, minimum distance between the point, and then maximum based upon the maximum distance between the point, it is called as complete linkage. Average distance between the point is called as average linkage. Minimize the variance within the clusters is nothing but Schwartz method. Next, divisive approach, that is top-down approach. Start with all points in one large cluster, recursively split clusters into two smaller ones. Continue until each point is a separate cluster, less commonly used. Why? Because means it is more computationally expansive. Key features of hierarchical clustering. No need to specify the number of clusters in advance. The dendrogram helps decide the number of clusters by cutting a chosen height. Works well for small to medium dataset, computationally heavy for large datasets. Some of the distance metrics used in hierarchical clustering are minimum distance is calculated by means of the illustration, maximum distance, then group average. The last one is Watts method. The distance measurement is represented in this illustration. Some of the applications of hierarchical clustering are portfolio construction and optimization, sector and industry analysis, fast trading strategies, market structure understanding, behavioral finance analysis, algorithmic trading, dynamic asset allocation. Thank you.